Hey, what's up, metalheads? This is Jonas from the band Comaniac, and you are listening to Dave Softee's Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome back to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Switzerland. Here to talk about the band's brand new offering, None for All, released October 13th, 2023, through Metalworld Records, based in Switzerland. From thrash metal band Comaniac, joining us once again. We're honored to have Jonas Schmid, guitarist and vocalist of Comaniac. Welcome back, brother Jonas.
Thank you so much, Dave. I'm very happy to be back on the show.
It's always a pleasure to have you back to talk about your music. How you been out there? So last time we had this opportunity to talk was in the middle of COVID, or actually the beginning of COVID, when we had the opportunity to talk about your previous release, Holodox. And I love all your albums, but I think your latest one, None for All, is probably the strongest effort that I've witnessed.
I'm so glad to hear it. Yeah, a lot has happened since our last talk on the show. I checked it. It was March 2020, so right before everything turned upside down in the whole world. So lot of things have happened. and not that many shows, of course, because we had restrictions, limitations all over the world. So not much touring. We had one tour in Europe with Vector, the American sci-fi.
Killer band. Yeah, really, really killer band, Vector. Yeah.
That was in 22. And this year we were focused very hard on this new release, None for All, which was released in October 2023. And the feedback so far was phenomenal. We're very happy with the result as well, and I'm very happy to talk about it.
Excellent. And I noticed you have a minor change in the lineup. You have a new bassist.
Yeah. We had some changes there, but the music is still going strong. And I think as well, as you said, I think this is so far our strongest release. I think we had some issues in the past with the recording quality. Maybe I'm not that happy when I look back on the records. Sometimes
Really?
it needs time to get it digested or whatever, the music, so you can actually listen to it objectively. But I think this record has some more quality, especially in the recording quality, I think. So the musical performance, I think, is the best so far, which shows or reflects on the album quality, of course.
Well, let's talk about the recording process and where this was recorded and who was the producer. I mean, I think that's very important. This is what makes the sound what it is, so it's due credit. I see this was recorded, mixed, and engineered at Sonic Screwdriver Studio is it Aurora, Switzerland?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Well done in the research, I must say. That's our own recording studio, actually. So it's the recording studio of our guitarist, Valentin. Okay. And I think that has a big impact on the album because we had our whole freedom, how long we're going to be in the studio and to produce it, all the details in the sound design. So we had a lot of freedom there, and we took a lot of time during whole COVID time. Actually, around 2 or 3 years, we worked on this album, and I think this love for the details is which brings this album to a new level, I'd say, in this aspect.
I agree, a very high level. Like I said, I think it's your strongest effort to date. And this was mastered at Echo Chamber in Zürich, Switzerland?
Exactly. This is it's very helpful as an artist to get the album from the musical aspect to someone else to judge it, right? So the mastering was done in another studio. Yeah.
Very good. Now, let's just quickly mention the rest of the lineup. You mentioned Valentin on guitars. You have Stefan on drums, and your new member is Tom. Tom. Is Zürcher? Zürcher? Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah, Zürcher. It's very difficult. So no need to master that. That's true.
Right. Yeah. But so what led you to add him to the lineup? Because I think that might be also part of the reason why the sound is I think is the word improved the right word, but it sounds very full. You have a very good sound.
Yeah, and we had a lot of inputs during the 2020 album Holodox. We had a lot of inputs in the production focus through the guitarist from Coroner, legendary Swiss thrash metal band, technical thrash metal band.
Yes.
Tom T. Baron Vetterli is his name. And he showed us a lot of possibilities in producing and sound design, and we benefited a lot from this knowledge. And we tried everything to get going in this album, None for All.
Yeah, I remember our last interview back in 2020, and I remember the picture you had sent me. You had the car on a T-shirt. And that's actually when everything started shutting down, so I had more time to do interviews here at Metal Messiah Radio. I think I extended 2 more months, which has never happened before. But yeah, I was happy to get with you then. And like I said, it's always a pleasure. But we had some really weird times starting there. We didn't know what we were, getting involved in with this COVID. But it's never going to go away. But it's manageable, and we could still do what we do, right? And I'm glad that you're able to do what you do.
And I'm also, it was such a, looking back on it, it was such an fascinating time to reflect on humanity, on our own behavior, on what's working wrong in society. And I think this also had a big impact on the album. Maybe not in that moment when I wrote the lyrics, wrote the music, but looking back on it, I think it really had a big impact. This whole situation, which was completely new to many of us.
Yeah, really. So let's learn about the production of None for All. Who was responsible for the production?
It was mainly me and the guitarist Valentin, who was working full time in the studio, and every 3 minutes we spent in the studio. So we had a lot of impact there. Yeah.
So it's safe to say that you've learned a lot about the recording process as far as how you want the sound to be, because you really have mastered it on None for All.
I guess so, yeah. It was such a great experience. We are just music nerds. We love to spend hours and days and weeks just to explore sounds, different sounds. And I think you have to be a kind of a crazy maniac considering music or musical sounds and stuff. But all those people who listen to this and can relate to it, I think they understand how great it is. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the aggression in your voice. It really does something for me. And on this album, you just don't see that one side of you. You have a slightly softer side, but you always have that aggression in your voice that I enjoy so much.
I think there's a big facet in the voice, especially on the voice. I think we spent much more time than in the past to capture different moods in my voice. I think the first album, for example, is just straight out thrash voice. Then in the second and third offering, we had more melodical approaches in different styles. And I think in this fourth album, which again I think is our best offering just because of the vocal performance as well, because you have all the different styles just a bit better performed. Yeah.
Yeah, great job. And I always enjoy your album artwork, and None for All also is another winner. I'd like to talk more about this. If you could tell us who created the new cover art and who's the designer. It did a great job for you.
Yeah, we are very happy. It was the same guy who designed our last record, Holodox, from 2020. His name is Ken Coleman. And we were so happy and stoked to work with him back in 2020. And I remember I sent him like 3 or 4 sheets of drafts and notes towards the album artwork from 2020 album Holodox. And he was such a great dude to talk about the concept and everything. And it was such a great cooperation that I thought for this album, None for All, I told him, you have such a great taste and everything is working out with us. So I would love to give you more freedom, because he's an artist. He's not just the guy who designs stuff for other people, but he has such a creative mind. And I wanted to have this on the record as well, because I could completely trust him in this. So this album, I must say, is a lot of work done by him and me just giving him inputs and some lyrical background. And everything else is out of his sleeve. Yeah.
Does he also design the artwork for your singles? I noticed on your Bandcamp that you have singles with other artwork on it. Does he do that as well?
Oh, I love it, Dave. You're just totally informed about everything. I love it.
I love Comaniac. It's obvious.
Yeah. That was an idea which came up. He sent a lot of drafts and ideas. And actually, many of them are not public. We still have them. There are like crazy coloring and stuff in it, and crazy 80s stuff. It was just the all the ideas from him just flowing out, and we took some of them for the designs for the single releases, and we just changed a few things here and there just to make it a bit more impactful. But it was his work again, and some are just taken. Some details are taken from the whole artwork for the single artwork. So like a little piece from the artwork, from the final artwork, was used for single releases as well.
I guess it's safe to say that he's going to be your artist for your future releases as well.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. He's a busy man, and he loves to do it from time to time. It's not his full-time profession. He's a teacher as well in design and stuff, and I think he loves to do that as well. So time will show how much capacity he has to work with us. But I was very happy to have him on board again, and let's see what the future brings.
That's good news. You know, just like Iron Maiden had Derek Riggs for many years, but not all the time, but in the very beginning years all the time, but later on, not so much. But it's great when a band has one artist to be with them for their career. I hope that works out for you.
Absolutely. And I think it's a lot of identity. So as you said, for example, Iron Maiden, it's such classic design and such an eye catcher, which makes the album even better, for like more in depth, right? And
right.
That's what I love about the artworks, to give some other aspects to the music, and I think it's very important to have a catchy and a good artwork, right?
It gives more attention to the band than the new album, or all the albums for that matter. It just gives the eye attention, the attraction to the fans, and that's a win-win situation. So let's talk about merchandise for a moment. Let's talk about where the fans of Comaniac can get the CD and whatever other merch you may have available. Of course, as I mentioned, your Bandcamp, it's at comaniac.bandcamp.com/releases. But where would you say would be the best place for a fan of Comaniac to get your discography, not just your current release, but every release, and shirts, patches, whatever you may have?
Yeah, so if someone wants just one place for everything, it's definitely our homepage or Bandcamp, right? In Bandcamp, you can also get merchandise in all different varieties. And on our homepage, comaniac.ch, CH stands for the Swiss short version for the internet, and you can get everything there, right? So one spot, you could do one order, and you're done. If you prefer other services or other websites, of course, you can find some of the CDs on Amazon as well. We have a special distributor for the US, who is called Heavy Metal Museum. This is like a collector, an underground collector, and he has an exclusive limited edition from our albums. So if you know this guy, you of course can go there. You find him in the internet as well. But I think the one place, it's definitely Bandcamp or our homepage. And we are very happy to have US and worldwide distribution, but only for next year. So early next year, we're going to have an announcement. And I'm very happy to have a proper distribution, because it's difficult nowadays, right? The distributors are not working anymore because the CD and vinyl sales has decreased so much. So it's a very hard business at the moment, of course, as you all probably know, because of the streams and the musical or the change of the industry. So it's not that easy anymore to get a worldwide distribution.
Really? I thought that it might be a better situation for you, but it's not so easy. I'm surprised to hear that, actually.
Every support is totally appreciated. You have to know, if you get on our homepage, comaniac.ch, the whole support from you, like the financial support, buying the stuff, goes completely to us. So we also have all by sending. We can do some extra, a guitar plectrum or anything to say thank you to all the orders. So there's that, and no labels or other third parties who gonna grab all the money from us. So it's a very straightforward and very supportive way to buy our merchandise. Yeah.
Excellent. So Comaniac.ch is the way to go, and all the merch you have available will be on that site.
Exactly. Yeah. From CD to vinyl to tapes even, and all the shirts, hoodies and stuff. Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. That's good news. That's really good news. Thanks for making that clear to us. I appreciate that very much. And let's talk about some live shows. I see that you have something coming up on Saturday, December 2nd. Yeah, let's talk about that. You're going to be joining Unexpected Fall and a River Crossing, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly, yeah. That's a local show in Switzerland. We had a release show in October for the album, which was a great show. We had some great support bands and great local support from the people there, of course. And we're playing some special shows in Switzerland for the next few months, and of course are working on touring again in Europe especially. And let's see what the future brings. Again, we have some background work in progress for next year, and hope to get some booking possibilities as well for the US, of course, but nothing fixed yet. Of course, we have played a few shows in Japan back in 2018 and are eager to go back there if there's any possibility. So we are very active, but at the moment there's nothing too fancy to announce. Just some shows in Switzerland and the surrounding countries. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that information. And I noticed you have a past show October 20th. Would you like to talk about that?
That was the release show, which was a great experience to be back on stage. We had just a very few shows in 2023. Our more active year was 2022, which was the tour which I talked about earlier with Vector in Europe. That was, I think, 26 shows in a row in 11 countries in Europe. And that was just an amazing experience again, to be back on stage every day after hard years of Corona crisis.
That's great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I also want to congratulate you on your videos. I noticed you have a bunch of videos out there, both official music videos and lyric videos. And this is really outstanding. I want to mention the videos. First, we'll talk about the official music videos. I've seen that you released on August 11th of 2023, None for All, official music video, and on the premiere of June 30th for Eye to Eye, and in July 24th for Nothing But Lies. And as far as lyric videos, I see Start the Madness you released in September 1st. That's, I guess, your latest release as far as videos. And on June 19th, Alma Mater lyric video.
Exactly. Alma Mater was the bonus track for the 2020 album Holodox. It was only available CD until then, and we just thought, let's do a little teaser. It has nothing to do with the recent album, None for All. It's just like something we had in our hands for a long time and was only exclusively available for CD. So we thought, let's do it officially and release it on all the streaming platforms for those people who are interested, as a little goodie before the promotion of the recent album None for All. And we are, as for everyone who knows us well, we love to do music videos and to combine video with music to get a deeper possibility to dive into the music. That's what I love about music videos.
Yeah, I appreciate that you like to do them, because some bands don't like to do them. They just want to do performing live. But I think that that's something extra when you get to watch a video, especially for promotion. I think it's very important. And so I appreciate that you feel the same way. And giving us the bonus from the Holodox offering of Alma Mater as a recent video also, we appreciate that as well. Thanks for the bonus.
Yeah, of course. And we also have some like 1 or 2 clips still in our hands, just waiting for to be released. But we want to do it properly. And as I already teased a little bit for next year, some announcements, we're gonna use them for promoting that announcement. So there's some more coming for next year. Yeah,
something to look forward to. That's great.
We are working on some. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that information. Always glad to hear we have something to look forward to. But let's talk about the official music videos. Who is you want to say director, editor? Who created the videos?
We are working with Steve from Afrox Film since 2020. He just convinced us working with him for a long time now because he's such a creative mind and we love to work with him. He's a great creative videographer. So we worked for one music video back in 2020 for the Holodox release, and now for the recent album we have 3 clips done by him. 2 have been released already. 1 is coming, as I said, next year. And we had some other fan-based videos like Nothing But Lies and the lyric video, which were people who supported us and wanted to do this for a long time, wrote us many times to be interested in working with us. And we said, yeah, of course, we can do that. And they both delivered great results. And I'm very happy to work with them again. It's like a fan-based people just contact during through the music. Yeah.
That is excellent.
Yeah. I love it. I love it when people just write. It can be just like, yeah, this sound, this music, this song is my favorite because of that. That's what I love to hear. Like feedback from people. And if they are like offering anything, like some creative ideas, I love it. Let's do it. Why not?
That's great news, and it just makes it more fun for the fans and for yourself as well. When the fan gets involved in the creation of a video for you, it's another bonus, another win-win situation.
Yeah,
that's great. So it's great to have the news that you will be having more shows and more videos, and that's something more to look forward to. And how about your gear? Have you had any updates in your guitar, or you still using the same guitars? And would you like to talk about your gear again?
Of course, I love to. I don't know if everyone will be interested in it, but of course I can talk about my gear because there have been big changes. Because I played the same gear for more than 10 years now. I think since the beginning of the band, I used the same guitar, which is a Phil Campbell from Motorhead, a signature guitar from Phil Campbell. The brand is called LAG, L-A-G. They do Western guitars normally, but they did the signature guitar. And I played this guitar again for more than 10 years, and I was always dreaming about a custom guitar, like designing my own guitar for all my needs and wishes and ideas. And it finally became truth to have it. So I got in contact with a German guitar mechanic who builds custom guitars back in winter 2022. So last year, and it worked until now to get it done. Took a long time, but it was just perfectly timed because the guitar just reached my home just before for the music video for a clip, and I could use it for the release show as well in October, and we'll play it and from now on, of course. And I don't have it here at the moment because we are recording. Actually, we are already recording new music, and it's in the studio at the moment, in the recording studio. I would love to show it to you, but maybe at another time.
Sure. Well, that's great news that you're working on new music. And just to let you know, I felt the same way about asking about gear, that would people really want to know. But I tell you, on my podcast, if I don't ask about the music, the people are asking, why didn't you ask about his guitar? So it's like a question I always have to ask now. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job.
yeah, there are some people who are looking, like, especially for gear, like they like the bands and they just want to know how they do the sounds, right?
Right.
And for that, I love to hear it as well from other people about gear. So I was playing the Eddie Van Halen amp from Fender for a long time now, and I just switched to a Mesa Boogie guitar amp, and I can highly recommend the guitar box for all those music nerds from the brand called Hesu, Hesu. They do amazing guitar cabinets for everyone who is interested in that. Yeah, very interesting and great sounding guitar cabinets. We are using it as we speak for recording of new material.
Thank you very much for sharing that information with us. We definitely appreciate that. And would you like to... Oh, thank you. And would you like to remind us what you do when you're not doing Comaniac? What do you do for your, like, how do you pay your bills?
Oh, yeah. Not through music, unfortunately. I would love to, but I am a full-time teacher. I work, full-time. I work 3 days, and all the other days I'm totally into music and trying to write new music. But 3 days in a week, I work as a teacher in a kindergarten for kids from 4 to 6 years old, and I teach them how to get through life, right? And
wow, that's great.
Like it's preschool, yeah.
So you're growing the future Metal Maniacs.
Of course, or at least the music maniacs. That's the most important, because music for kids is so important. I think it's a great place to like fulfill your dreams and all your creativity. So music, of course, is a big factor in my teaching. Yeah.
You must have a lot of patience to deal with kindergartens.
Yes.
The kids. It takes a lot of patience, so that's good news too. We appreciate that. I'm sure the parents appreciate that too, of the kids.
I get a lot of appreciation. Yeah.
That's great. And is there anything that you would like to say to your fans that are tuning in from around the world at this time?
Well, what I can say is always reflect on you. I think that is a very important thing. Always try to get the best out of your life, out of your situation. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's great, and just keep on going. I think that's a very important philosophy, at least in my life, and I think in everyone else's too.
That's great. And before we go, crank up more music from Comaniac, None for All music. I want to make sure that we brought everything out to the Metal Maniacs, that we brought everybody up to speed. That being said, is there anything that you would like to bring to the people out there that we have yet to discuss?
Well, I think of course, what I didn't. Oh yeah, I thought we talked about the possibility to get our album right on Comaniac.ch. I think that is important.
Yes,
and
yes.
On YouTube, on all the streaming platforms, we are available for those who might not have heard about us. So to check it out, I would highly appreciate it. I think everything else, I'm very happy with the interview, and I'm very happy to be on the show. I think the most important and interesting things have been discussed. For all those who are interested in more information, of course, you can find some details on our homepage as well, comaniac.ch. You can find shows there if we come to the US or anywhere else in the world, wherever you are tuning in. And I would love to meet you guys on a show. Maybe it happens. That would be great.
Yeah, we would love to see you here in the States. Do you think that's a possibility?
Of course, I think we never neglected a possibility, even though it's not interested maybe financially. Of course, it's very expensive for us to go there for a few shows to the US. And I mean, in Europe, everything is so close to each other, right? If you travel 3 hours, it's a long travel to the next show maybe. And in the US, it's so different that I can't imagine, because I've never been in the United States. I would love to go there. I would love to explore the whole continent, and I hope it happens. And I think all the band members are totally into playing shows there.
You have to deal with the expense, plus you have to deal with getting the visa.
Exactly.
Nothing is ever easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I heard so many like horror stories from bands who have everything set up right, and then in the last minute there's any problems with visa or signatures or anything, and that's just horrifying to hear, right? So if you're looking forward to something and then everything falls apart, but I would not hope to that happen to us at any time. So I'm very looking forward to let it happen sometime.
If the opportunity does come up for you, I wish you smooth success with no complications. And we would love to. Yeah, we would love to see you here in the States, definitely. And then we could do a face-to-face interview at some point. That would be a beautiful thing as well.
Love to have that.
That would be a dream come true, actually. So, Jonas, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Always a pleasure to talk with you about your music. I want to thank you again for a great interview. Sometimes I just want to make sure that we get everything out there because there's what we've talked about in the past. I don't like to repeat myself. I want to make it sound fresh with every interview. So I want to make sure that everything sounds coherent and sounds great for the fans of Comaniac and our listeners as well. So I thank you for keeping in touch, and I wish you a great touring future and the show coming up on Saturday. I wish you the best success with that. And I appreciate you so much for keeping in touch. So please let me know when you have more tour dates and more videos, and I'll help spread the word and do what we could do.
I'm so thankful for your support. Thank you so much, Dave, for all the support during the years, right? So
you'll always have my support. Never, even if I'm not going to be doing this forever, I will always spread the word. I always mention Comaniac, and especially when you have a release or anything. If I'm not DJing, I will still support. I will still spread the word. I'll always do that as long as I live. You never have to worry about that. And as long as I'm DJing, I'll always have my support too. And there's no doubt about that. Yeah. And also, I want to wish you a great holiday season and a happy New Year. It's coming up, and it goes by so fast. So I just want to wish you a happy, safe, healthy, and prosperous New Year to you and all your bandmates.
Same to you. Thank you so much. I will tell them that they should enjoy, right? And thank you so much. And also thank you for having the patience to talk with me, because my accent and my English knowledge is not the best. So some words or sentences might be a bit complex or complicated. And
not at all. Not at all. Your English is perfect, and the sound quality is perfect. Everything about talking with you has always been smooth. Never had a problem talking with you. Never, ever.
Happy to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're excellent. I mean, I thought maybe you were an English teacher or something like that.
Oh,
music teacher. But kindergarten teachers, I mean, that's a great thing too. But yeah, your English is perfect. And there's nothing to worry about as far as your English and me understanding. It's so smooth. It's perfect. I really appreciate everything that you have done. In every interview we've ever done, you always are prepared. You always have all the information, and you make it very fun to talk to you. I can't wait till you have new music again to talk to you next. You said you're working on new music, so I'm sure we're going to have, when that time is right that you have new music to talk about, we'll be here doing it again. It's no doubt about it.
Great. Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Me
Great.
too. I'm always looking forward to it. Yeah, my pleasure. All right, let's go crank up some more Comaniac, and let's crank it up loud.